location from Aurora that have made it known now, right, that they love dropping Severny. And this is a team that you never know. They could have some great fights or some terrible fights, but you don't want to take that risk. And now they got just 1 point onto top. They locked in 21 points in 24th position. I would say with this bad performance, top 15, impossible. To do that in 3 games, you would have to see one of the most insane step-ups from an individual team that so far have done nothing of really great value outside of the first rondo of today. Yeah. I feel like this is nailing the coffin for KSG. What do you think?
It is. You know, I think it was a bad play. I do like the fact that if you're KSG and you're in 21 points, hold on, I'll get back into that in a second as we take a look at this. Okay, just going to be a quick little knock there onto Federal. You know, actually, never mind. Wild going to be creeping around this corner. And no, I think, okay, all right. Now these guys are committing. They're deciding, what are we going to do? Are we going to push this? Are we going to not? Silas said, we are go, go, go. Full sending it on to the Wizard Tower. Pedrino's all by himself. Yep, it's going to be a battle. Influence Rage versus Regnum Karia. Silas up close and personal. We're jumping out in the open. Wow. Silas making it happen here with the mini. And now, oh, the little boy got the confirmation onto Loxy, so they are going to lose 1 player. But let's see what the rest of Regnum Karia could do. Little boy is just stuck in the open. Yeah, no way he makes it out. Yep, so Influence Rage, again, falling apart here, Max.
Well, these early fights we keep seeing, man. There you go.
Wow.
That's the end of the line. Influence Rage, not going to get anything of value done this game. Only 1 elimination secured onto Loxy, very similar to the likes of KSG in their hot drop in Severny.
Yeah.
I know it's a good position. I would not say it's good enough to the point where we have to fight for it in phase 1, because the circle could just go for a hard shift, and this location, this high ground to the east of Potato Hill, is just not in zone anymore. And I was even scared for a second because Nigma Galaxy sent 2 players to scout outside of Pachinki. There was Novalo and another player, and I thought they were going to third party from a distance, because it's a weird fight and you can very easily get that engagement from a distance if you want to, and snatch away a few points. I don't know what was going on. And actually, just to go on a different topic here, Sunan does have a nice Lynx AMR, so he did get himself, I guess, a loot truck. BTR did steal away the loot truck from Aurora and KSG, as it was like literally left on, what, maybe 10 bullets worth of HP.
Wow.
And BTR got all of that loot truck, so Aurora, they're actually kind of on the minimap, sending it to BTR towards the northern western side of the map. Are we going to see Aurora versus Bigatron up north? It could be happening.
Definitely could. So, yeah, I mean, to be able to get a loot truck like that, and it was crazy because they almost had it, but just not enough ammunition to lock it down on the side of KSG. Oh, just to wrap up what my thoughts on KSG was, because that fight happened.
Oh, yeah.
I do like the fact that, you know, considering our 21 points, you should get active early, right? Because you need a ton of points. It's just the decision to drop Severny, especially looking at the playing path, knowing that military is not directly on there. You know Aurora is going to drop there. So, I mean, to pick a fight early, a good strategy when it comes to points-wise, but against Aurora is wild.
My main issue is, if you want to go for a hot drop, fair enough. You know what? If that's really your game plan and you want to commit to it, fair play, I respect it. But the way they did it, Hot Jukes, I feel like was just so poorly done, because they don't even set up any player to defend the road. Did you see when Reefus and Doc just literally walked across, no smokes? That should not be permitted by KSG. And then they just get fully corralled, sort of surrounded, and they can't escape, and they get picked off one by one, and eventually the final player falls, and it's just a non-game straight up for KSG. Yeah, if you want to go for the hot drop, I'm fine with it, but you need to understand the layout of the compound you're dropping into and be ready for the team against you that might go or on the offensive or on the defensive, and you need to respond accordingly to that play. KSG, I feel like this is going to be a great learning experience because, again, a lot of these players, this is the first time for them playing internationally. They need to know that these guys, they mean business, and a hot drop is going to be instantly shut down if you don't come out with an insanely good plan from the get-go.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being very harsh here, but like
no, you have to.
You need to be prepared when you're going to go for a hot drop. Teams will shut that down right away if you do one single mistake.
Yeah, and it's just so unfortunate, you know, considering that with that game, it's pretty much locked them down to it being all over for them. Well, at least the pressure's off, you know, and sometimes we have seen when they have no pressure, they just start playing their own game and can turn things around. Ooh. Oh, the AMR! Let's see.
Can you say that again for me? What was that?
AMR.
This became a demon. What was that?
Anytime I see any kind of sniper, I get so stoked, man. Because to me, there's nothing better than a crazy flick headshot. As we look at Weibo getting into a KRX. KRX on that cutoff position. They need these points. Weibo, 61 points on the board in 11th place. They got to find a way to come back from this one through 33Z. Tries to catch the nade. Just too short.
Come on, 33.
Bay is going to get thirsted here, yeah. If he's not careful.
Sook is joining a little bit late for the fight here. Bay is going to be almost impossible res to get, trying to flush it out with the M249. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the great angle here. So much utility being chucked all over the place in this compound. There was the game-winning compound of last game. Thunder Talk did eventually secure the dub, but that's a beautiful piece of utility. TRE getting it done now. It's down to Sook against the world. He's got himself that JS9 against, again, newest addition here in update 4.4 in the esports lobby. It's a 1v3 right now, trying to get TRE, just get so much damage, just get that final bullet before the reload. Now turning it down into a 1v2.
Beautifully done there.
Did he get the reset?
Gonna go ahead and get the reset. What was that nade, though? The Molotov, whatever it is, they're in trouble. Yep, 33Z, gone. And Soup's gonna have to back off from this one. He needs another knock here, bad.
Oh.
They're not gonna give it to him. They're not going to give it to him. They're going to reset.
You got to push it. Otherwise, they're going to get the two players back up. You need to get on the offensive here, Sook. But I feel like he knows he's lost that opportunity. He's lost that chance to take this 1v2. Now it's going to be turned straight back into a 1v3. There's another nade coming his way. It's going to get some good damage. Actually, 100% worth damage. And that is going to be it. Game over. Weibo not able to get any higher off the back of this Erangel game. And they're going to be stuck on 61 points. Great opportunities for teams below them here, Hodgix, like your Thunder Talks, your Furias, your KRX, to overtake Weibo and push them down under on the rankings.
Wow. What a great job there. Yeah, Weibo, they're still in a good position to make it into the finals here, but, you know, we're going to have to see what they do in the rest of the day. But, man, what a lot of early engagements here, Max. A lot of early fights.
Yeah, I'm quite interested with the amount of phase 1 fights we've had. That was a phase 2 fight we just had between those two teams. But yeah, teams, it seems like getting very desperate for points, which I don't understand.
I think so.
This circle is okay, this is bad.
Yeah, this is a bad zone. I mean, and that's the thing, though, is that every early fight you have, it makes that end game a little bit easier, right? Because now you have 3 teams out. That makes a lot more space. I mean, a lot. It's so crazy, the difference of level of play whenever you're dealing with a zone stage 5 with all teams alive. It's just that much more difficult. So having 3 teams gone, it really just lightens the mood as we get into the end game here.
You're way closer to getting placement points, right? Just got to survive a little bit more. But now with a potential Milta City finish on the horizon, teams got to start to think, what are we going to do? Are we just going to send in the city and just hope the circle keeps going there? Are we going to play on the outskirts? I actually really like the position, for example, of Nongshim Red Force. They're going for a swift entry into Milta onto the eastern edge of the city itself. So I think that Nongshim, again, slowly but surely getting way more points on board. And I still know this team has more to deliver. And you might be thinking to yourself, Maxman, you're being very critical of a team that's like in top 8. And yes, because I feel like this is a team that could become a champion on the global stage if they play their cards right. So I know, I'm sorry, Hot Jukes, I'm being very harsh this event, but because I want to see these teams in their top tier form going into the finals, and I know Nongshim have just so much more to deliver.
Yeah, you know, I love that you preface that, but I don't say it's being harsh. I say it's being real, baby, and that's what you have to do, right? We got to keep it real with these squads because you got to do everything you can to keep your dreams alive here. As only 15 teams are going to go, and it's going to be hard. I have a feeling that our hearts are going to hurt here towards the end because there's so many phenomenal squads in this tournament, and it's going to hurt to see some of them go. So you really got to make sure that any opportunity you get, you capitalize on it, because those last 2 matches where everything's on the line, it's going to be just so much chaos that it's going to be difficult to predict no matter how good you are.
Yeah, I mean, for now, for example, my heart hurts because we saw Ulf get knocked again. We're just not seeing the team-wide finishes that I was hoping to see. It's like group stage of PMGO all over again. Come on, Ulf. Not making it in top 15, that would be, I would say that would be the single biggest upset of the tournament. Even worse than Alpha 7 and Weibo not making it, in my opinion. Because these guys, 2nd place PMGC, 2nd place PMGO S1, come on. We know they can deliver way more here on these games. They need to get back up, which they do. They do get the reset on that 4th player that got knocked. and hopefully can bring back way more points, just get more consistency on the line. As Bigatron, though, a team that has been, you know, a little bit topsy-turvy this event so far, Hot Jukes, 50 points, 16th place. They are on the cutoff. They need to get something done here.
Yeah, they do. Man, dude, so many teams need you at this point. It's wild to see. I mean, yeah, just looking at the bottom of the leaderboards there, you can see on the bottom right, Regnum Karya, you got in 17th, BTR 16th, KRX 15th, Ulf down there as well, Enigma Galaxy, oof. Now's the time, in all honesty. Like, you need to put a game up here because, again, I've said it once, I'll say it again. The last match of the day is going to be too chaotic to depend on. So, FURIA putting some pop shots downrange on the Enigma Galaxy. Everybody right now just kind of poking at each other, saying, hey, this is where we're at. Don't even think about coming in this direction. And we're going to get towards that end game. There are some squads that are still outside of the zone, Max, right? We got KRX, Nongshim Red Force, Alula. Oh, Alula's going to have a hard time into this zone. And I talked about it at the start, right? I was like, man, what is Alula going to do if they don't have that amazing Rondo to start off? And so far, it's just hasn't been a lot.
It's been an on-day, realistically, for Alula. And they've been trying to also swap a player right earlier today. Didn't quite work out as they were expecting. So it's still, they've had such a good opening day that top 15, for me, there's no way, Jose, they're not going to be making in top 15 at the end of this. But yeah, we definitely want to see more if we want to have more confidence in the MENA region when it comes to those MACAO Invitational finals. But looking at this zone in particular, teams have already, most of the teams are in the play zone, except for, as you said, Alula. Even the likes of GOAT have to go for a little bit of a push onto Lumberyard on the mountain next to Shelter. So that's going to be the next approach for them. But everyone found a building, a compound, a dip, a rock to call home. So now we kind of, it's the calm before the storm here. The next circle, phase 5, is really going to start to kick things right into gear, Hot Jukes. And Alula in particular, they know GOAT's up there, but you have to find a way in the circle. You might just have to force a fight at this stage. You just don't have too many options available.
Yeah, you're going to have to fight your way in. That's just it. I mean, yeah, the free spots where you could just chill and wait till the next circle, they're gone. Yeah. So even with 3 teams out, you know, that's what I'm saying. If we had 3 more squads here, imagine just how much more crazy it would be. But the fact that they're gone gives you a little bit of breathing room, but still, I mean, everything's taken. Pick a spot and make the push. I mean, they can take a rock here and just wait. Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. Quake's going to probably take that rock right here. Yep. Yeah,
good rock. It's good position. Just got to be careful. It's going to be a nade range of GOAT because they're going to be hearing that buggy moving all over the place, so they have a good idea of where you're going to be located. And actually, we did see Enigma Galaxy's position earlier, right? They were fighting next to FURIA. They got himself that wizard tower, Harry Potter tower. It's a good spot until you have to leave because you can't hide your cars behind those towers, Hot Jukes. So the moment the circle does not favor Enigma Galaxy, I feel like they're just instantly going to get blown out of the water. Or the tower, should I say. So I'm not super hopeful this is going to be a strong showing from Enigma Galaxy, which they need. 46 points, 18th place. Even just an average game could be enough to just secure them a position in top 15 if they can do that until the end of today. But right now, it's been very inconsistent, and it's just not been it for the side of Enigma Galaxy so far.
Yeah, it really hasn't. We saw a good sign against Regnum Karya last game. Oh, watch this fight, though. GOAT battling it out here with Alula. Alula need to win this fight. GOAT need it way more. They're so much further down the leaderboards. Trying to get some shot on the claws is going to miss. And Alula, I think, are going to back off from this.
Come on. Let's send it. I do like the use of Alula with the buggies. Just kind of go in the opposite direction. The back seat will keep your head nice and safe from the sprays of GOAT. Alula, now they don't have the high gun advantage. And I feel like this is a good play because Go instantly see that BTR looking to third party it. So they want to try and shut that down instantly. And they're going to occupy this rock. Ayato going to be the one trying to get a bit more elevation here on the fight, but Focus will be the first to fall. Now he's going to be in nade range himself. And Go, I like the idea here, Hot Jukes, of trying to go on the defensive versus BTR, but here Focus got way too aggressive and gave them an easy opening, and now the man advantage is headed the way of Bigatron.
Yeah, and you can just see Bigatron getting those sight lines up top. This is outside of the circle now, so this fight needs to happen pretty quickly because stage 5 is going to punish you. Goat need to get out of here. Like, you just got to push a way in. But it's so difficult when you're fighting so many different squads. Yasser is back in the game now. So it looks like they had another roster swap. And let's see what Alula can do. Right now, just in the buggy, trying to figure out where they're going to go. I just see just so much indecision here, Max, right? Like, they're just not wanting to commit to the fight. But at the same time, they're going to have to push somewhere into the next circle.
I actually kind of like it because they knew BTR was looking to get involved, so they said, we don't want to get really third party as we fight GOAT team, so they just let it happen. And because of them waiting, actually, GOAT get eliminated, and they didn't have to do anything for that. So actually, I don't think that was them being indecisive, it's just being passive at the right time. But now they are being very decisive. Look at that, right in their vehicles, looking to send themselves into the circle. This dip, though, I wouldn't call it a great dip because so many teams are just locked in on that location, and instantly they barely arrived. One player is taken out of the picture entirely. And the thing is also, there's a few nades that might be coming their way from Thunder Talk. That position, I just don't think was the right play, and Al-Ula will suffer the consequences.
Oh, look at that. Al-Ula getting punished right now. Just not able to make things happen on their second day.
It's a bad
really
dip.
rough start. Yeah, they're going to have to bounce back, though. They are down and out. It's just quick. Nade's coming on down. Can he get a res off? Oh, mollies are so close. Yeah, it's only a matter of seconds at this point.
Yeah, maybe you got to get it.
That's it.
Makes sense. I mean, unfortunately, I do wish they were more aggressive here and just try to crash maybe on Thunder Talk or on the eastern side of Milta. Just take a fight, not just try and go in the open, because it's just not going to work out for you when literally 4 teams are looking your way. That was just not going to happen in 1,000 years. Now KRX, though, finally going to have to defend their position. These 2 buildings, very strong to the western side. There's a lot of value here to be found. And E-Arena is knocking on their door, trying to take everything for themselves. This QXC, top performer from Korea. Got to be careful here as he takes a little bit of a beating to the hands of Mormon. Instant clapback with his own utility. But Mormon will also take up that damage and survive the encounter. But now they've got the man advantage. QXZ first of all, Hoxie, TRE, and Benny here. Hot shoots. Can they survive the 3v4?
Hoxie, FPP, got the shotgun loaded. The bounce Nate. What? Okay. What a crazy play there. Now E-Arena going to continue to dominate KRX with the shotgun action. Tourney K. Thailand not messing around here. Schweppes with 3, though, gets knocked. But the team is right there to support him. E-Arena, when it comes to these team fights, man, they are working so well together. We got another squad fight. It's Bigatron versus Thunder Talk, sitting, securing those eliminations with that DBS. And that is only 1 player up left. It's Ray-Z. Gonna have to do something with his nade. Just a little short.
Maybe Al-Ula are happy they didn't breach on Thunder Talk, because what an instant defense from them. Utility, oh, that was almost going to get Ray-Z. Wow. Barely, just maybe an extra half second there on the cook and he would have got it, but Ray-Z just going to get corralled by Thunder Talk. 7 eliminations and sitting indeed here, sitting down the competition. 7 elims, taking down 2 squads all in one swift go. And look at that, Nongshim Red Force want to go for the third party. But it's a bad one here, Hot Chicks, because they still got 4 players alive.
And they're fully reset. Oh, but Yodbin, getting third party as well. Nigma Galaxy. And now you got sitting. He has 6, but that is going to be a stop for him there. Should be able to get res, though. Man, Thunder Talk, not a bad defense at all. But Nigma Galaxy, it is a party of parties here. An absolute fiesta as everybody hunting down eliminations. It's Nigma Galaxy gonna end up on top. But wow, everyone wanted this building.
Well, you remember what I said earlier, that leaving that Harry Potter tower is going to be really tough when you don't have your vehicles and teams trying to hold you off? Well, it's definitely a lot easier if all the teams that are looking at you are fighting each other. You have Bigatron, you have Al-Ula, you've got also the fight going on to Thunder Talk, and then you got the third party at the very end there from Nongshim Red Force. All taking out each other, and then Nigma Galaxy got the easiest straight up line right into the compound, taking the 1v4 and get himself a strong position up northeast. So loving it so far from Nigma Galaxy. That was definitely a lot more decisive than their last game, right, Hot Jukes? And I feel like that was my main criticism on the last game, is a lot of hesitancy and unwillingness to commit to a play. I cannot say that this time around. That was just so quick on the pivot. Amazing timing when everyone was at their weakest. Nigma Galaxy maybe going for the big one.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, they didn't get a bunch of eliminations from that, but they ended up on top and they're in a good position, right? So they have a lot of sight lines here. This is where they can make a mistake, though, right? Driving around a little bit too much, losing some players and vehicles. Just do exactly what you did before. Stay as a squad, push each team 1 at a time. Meanwhile, Regnum Karia are going to be holding... Oh, this spot's terrible. It's such a difficult it's a last resort kind of position. So Regnum Kari are just trying to hang on as long as they possibly can. One piece of utility, though, and they're out of here.
I mean, I feel like for Regnum Kari, it was kind of a first resort play because they've been here since Circle 3, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they've been here for a very, very long period of time. So Regnum, it seems like the idea is just to stay there and hope that the circle favors them, which it did. Maybe it's just them reading the circle incredibly well. And now they got 3 players of the arena. But they stopped chucking utility. I feel like they've just expanded a lot of their util, a lot of their grenades, and now they kind of need to wait and hold on to it because Regnum were just not having any of it. Just easily tanked it. Can't say the same for Coops, though, as he's getting it completely peppered behind that tree, and that's going to be Nigma Galaxy down to a trio in the late game.
This is what I'm talking about. Nigma Galaxy, all they had to do is just stay together in that building, and then most likely are going to have to push FURIA here, right? Yeah. But instead, they try to go for an off angle, and Coops is lost now. It's going to be difficult for Nigma Galaxy to make something happen.
I mean, E-Arena, natural progression of the game would dictate they would push on Wild and Silas because then you don't have any backstab threats, right? KRX were taken out of the picture way earlier this game. So if you just send it there, you can play the dip and easily look at your next step in the game, which might be a crash onto Furia or into Milta based on wherever the circle on phase 8 goes, which will be the last circle shift of this match. But yeah, they're getting ready. They're also using up a few of their stems and resources to heal up, to get ready for the push forward. And same for Nigma Galaxy, they're going to go right into the loving arms of Scarface on Ulf.
So yeah, instead, they're going to try to go for this open area. It is super risky, but this is where they're going to hold it down for now. Ulf, meanwhile, having to fight out with Aurora. It's Reefus. Up close and personal with the DBS. That looks like a good nade there. Ooh, just a little under. Oh, it's a stun. It's a stun. Everyone's blind. Reefus getting peppered with that nade. DBS action. Tries to hit that whip. Not going to do it. Reefus down to 1 HP. And that is him out.
Good timing from Ulf. Like, the way they were peeking on the left and the right side, just making sure that Reefus doesn't have even a single chance. He almost got one player there for a split second, but no. Maybe he could have kept the flashbang for a little bit later, but this is the fight that makes sense. I was expecting straight onto Regnum Kari for E-Arena. They already had the man advantage, but one was taken out of the picture entirely. It's going to be Joker. You know what? It's just spam and just get those eliminations. They find one. Now to the sole survivor. It's going to be Wild himself with a UMP, and it's just not meant to be. Schweppes takes the dub, and that's going to be E-Arena up to 7 eliminations, making it in top 4, but they're going for that chicken dinner, as now the focus is straight onto Furia from Brazil.
Yeah, Furia, I think, tried to third-party that situation. Igor drove on out, but no, yes, that E-Arena shut that down very, very quickly there. Nice shots there from Chief. That knock could be the opening door, especially since they have 2. Yep, Furia are on the move now, looking to take out E-Arena, popping out the vehicles. Furia dominating this side of the map here, and now it's just Schweppes all by himself.
Yeah, he made it in the top 4 eliminators of the tournament. And you know what? I think he wants to remain there. But the nade is looking good. Puts him down to half HP. The second one might just get him. He tanks it once again. And he's cooking his own piece of utility onto Igor. Just going farm wide. He's going to be a little bit too solo there. Wait for your team. And you know what? Silence is there to silence the competition. That's Furia up to 4. Good exit from the compound. And they still maintain Chief on the off angle. The 3-1 split is looking good. And it's looking to go for the win against Ulf. Wait, he's down.
He is down. He is down. Brazil looking to win this game. We got Aaron. And now we're going to see Catch be able to pick up Solus here. Actually, that might be the other way. No, yes. Catch does pick him up. So it is going to be a 3 versus 4. Furia should be able to get the full reset here. They have the zone as well. I mean, this is Furia's game to win 100%. They should have this in the bag.
Come on, you're in 13th position, 61 points. If you get over 65, it's very unlikely you're not going to be in the top 15. So Furia, this could be their ticket to the finals if they secure it. But Ulf, we know what these guys can do. When all odds are stacked against them, they might just get the win. As Aaron on the front line. It's not Bigatron, like that 1v4 in PMGO Season 1, but you know what? He might be trying to do something similar onto Furia, but he's got some teammates to back up that play.
This is Furia's win 100%. There's no way they lose this. Let's see what they can do. Ulf on the move. Igor is isolated by himself. That's a little bit of a mistake here. They allowed to be able to push up with those smokes. And now let's see what Furia could do. No util left. Oh, never mind. Silence has the nade. That's huge. He's got the angles. Boom! Big knock there. Ayala up close and personal, but it's all over. It's gonna be a Furia win here. Brazil with a big comeback.
I love the way they were playing that 3-1 split. Chief eventually getting knocked, and they go for the big save, trying to get him back right into the game. FURIA, really, the execution, it was not one of the most aggressive game tournaments so far, that's for sure, but just the macro execution was beautiful. Just hiding behind that rock. Ulf going fully on the aggression side of things, and it's working out beautifully.
Oh, man, Solus catching Doc as well. I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind this. I don't, Max.
For who?
You wanna know why? Huh?
For who do you not mind this?
Like, look, I'm a huge Aurora fan. They're making it, right? So they're safe. So we're not going to worry about Aurora. We do have to worry about Ulf, right? And I do want to see Ulf in the finals. So for Ulf to get the better of Aurora in this particular moment, I think it's going to be pretty wild for the lobby. So Ulf, that you just got to take full advantage of it.
It's a worthy sacrifice. If Ulf can make it and Aurora don't get the win here, that's okay. It's a sacrifice we are willing to make.
No harm, no foul. We'll see both of them in the finals, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, I don't really care because, as you said, Aurora are in, so I'm not going to be too critical. If this was like the grand finals, I'd be kind of raising my hand at them, just like, that was a bad play. It's not good. We
totally
don't like
different.
It.
Yeah, I'd be like, what have you done?
What have you done, Aurora? You're kind of throwing it here. I feel like they've just had too much experience playing versus 4 Thrives on that bridge. So they're just like, oh no, it's a different team. Ooh. So no, they're not going to go for it. Though we did see for a split second there on the main feed, Goat did go for a quick setup on the gatekeep on the eastern bridge. So it seemed like they want to try and hold off maybe the likes of Nongshim Red Force, FURIA that do have a hovercraft, maybe even Thunder Talk if they go for also rotation over there. Though we have seen in the past, right, Hot Chooks, that Thunder Talk are super willing to go for these botations and glider rotations away from the coastal line just to make sure they get into the play zone. So I think that they're going to avoid the bridge, but FURIA versus Goat, that just might be happening very soon on the eastern side of the map.
Let's see what Goat can do. I like it. I think if you're Goat right now, I mean, I said it earlier, and I'm a big believer in it. Personally, 20 points minimum or 0% chance. That's what I think. Right?
I agree.
So if you're Goat, you need at least 10 eliminations and the win. And if you don't get the win, you need 15, 16 eliminations, right? So a bridge camp here is a great idea, right? Because it's a good opportunity to get some of those points. So let's see what you could do, Goat. Let's see.
I agree. I would like to see some 20-pointers drop from these guys. I mean, we still have 3 games, right? So I would say, on average, I need to see a 15-point average from these guys if they want to have a chance. Maybe like between, maybe around, like, you could say 13 if you want to be very specific, because they need to aim for around 65, right? So you just take that, you divide it by how many games you have left. You're around that ballpark. So we need to see Goat teams step up. Do they have a hovercraft? That's the question, because when they have a hovercraft, they have that typical buff where they can actually get a few points on board. One team that has no hovercraft but has a boat to make their transition is going to be KRX, going straight for that western coastline into that one open compound, which is free because it's a very quick early rotation, so they should easily secure that position without having to take a single fight. Love to see it.
Yeah. Just to kind of wrap up my thoughts on that, you know, the reason why I say right here, right now, is because in my experience, every group stage that I've ever been a part of, the last match is so unpredictable, so crazy, you just cannot depend to get points. I've seen too many times, and you have as well, Max, right? Al-Ula getting knocked out here. Man, rough day for these guys. They have probably put anything on the board here. But, you know, we've seen that final match where a team only needs to get 3 points to make it in, and they don't get it, right? So I'm worried for all these squads that are going to be like, oh, you know, I don't like the mentality of like, hey, all we got to do is put up 10 each and we're good, you know? Because it's so difficult to get that on the last game because it's just chaos. It's not at all typical PUBG Mobile esports.
Yeah.
So I think you need to really soak up the points now to hedge your bets for that. And that's why, in my eyes, you know, it's 20-point game, do or die, here now.
Yeah, no, it's really a time of desperation for these squads. So this ain't Ultimate Royale. You know, you can't be like, yeah, we're just going to crash all the teams and get, like, you know, 50 points in that game. All right, like, no, it's not going to work out for you. As Weibo, hey, nice rotation here with a hovercraft making it in. But actually, we're talking about this. It actually kind of brings up a question in my mind. We just had PMGO Season 1 that was like, what was it, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks ago, right? That ended in Jakarta. Yeah. 1 by 4 Thrives. I have a question for you, Hodrix, and I would love to see what the chat thinks too. Do you think this lobby for PMMI is stronger than the lobby of PMGO Season 1? Because I think this lobby is stronger than PMGO Season 1, but what do you think?
Yes, absolutely yes. I mean, this is top to bottom just straight chaos. Because, I mean, we saw the group of death in PMGO, right, season 1, and that lobby was crazy. The second lobby wasn't as strong. All these groups have been stacked. They really, really have. We've only had a couple of teams that have been outliers. It's crazy. In the last group, it was Alpha 7, right? This group here, it's GOAT and KSG. But you can see GOAT, even then, right? They're doing everything they can to try and make it into those finals here. Nice headshot there. But yeah, I think this is if I were to put it on a percentage, what do you think percentage would be? I'm gonna say probably 40% harder than PMGO season 1.
Like that you want to do it? By the way, circle over to the eastern side. S2G would love it if they were here. I think this lobby is like, I don't have a percentage, but I would say it's about 1.5 times the equivalent of PMGO, right? So an extra 50%,
So
I guess.
50%.
If you have to put it. Yeah, I guess that's how you would put it as a percentage. Okay, I understood what you were doing. As I said, I was like, oh, you mean like that? Okay, so I would say 50% harder than what we had PMGO season 1 because you got so many big names. And now, especially after PMGO, I would say a lot of these teams just are playing so much better. Like E-Arena, this team compared to PMGO, night and day. Like these guys have stepped up massively. FURIA looking even more confident than what they brought in the table back in Jakarta. I'm genuinely loving how these teams have leveled up their game plans so significantly in like literally 2 months total since their group stages in their home region to now the global stage in PMGO and now here in PMMI. Bro, and this is just the start of this year. I cannot wait for what's going to be happening over in PMWC, PMGO Season 2, Esports Nations Cups, and then PMGC. There's actually so many global events this year. Man, it is crazy to imagine what is still up and available for the rest of 2026.
Oh, I love it, man. I love just seeing the level, right, just be raised every single tournament here. And yeah, and I love what we saw from FURIA. I remember at the end of PMGO season 1, I saw the guys in the hotel room. We happened to be on the same floor. And I talked to them and, oh, wait, KSG, you need to run for your lives. You need everybody up. You need 20 points. Try to get to safety. Looks like that's what they're going to do. But yeah, I ended up talking to the boys, and I was like, hey, what do you have plans to do today? You guys going to go out, have some fun and stuff like that? They're like, nope, we don't party. We don't do nothing. We're just going to go shopping and just get to practicing ready for the next tournament. And I was like, man, these guys are locked in. And it shows. It shows, right? The proof's in the pudding. You put in the homework, you put in the work, it's going to pay off. And it is right now for FURIA.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's good to see all the dedication from these players just committing hours and hours on end every single day to try and just better their gameplay and become one of the best teams or best players out there in the world of PUBG Mobile Esports. Though, right now, we can't say that's the case for KSG, as they are getting taken down one by one, down to just a duo. Phase 1 is going to be in that compound. It's been a really great compound so far today on Orangle, but you know what? It's not going to be enough. The solo drive-by of Federalis is just a thing of absolute beauty. And that's going to be 3 easy points, but you've got to be careful. There's an off-angle look in your direction, and it's going to be Pedrino from Influence Rage taking him down.
Unreal, though. Federalis getting in the back of the buggy, hitting those shots. That was gross. Now, let's see if BTR is able to pick up their teammates here. KSG, Z-Boy just running away. But it's over at this point for KSG, unfortunately. Let's see. Right now, my eyes are going to be... Oh, no, Influence Rage is coming up, and they're going to get those confirmations.
Good play. I mean, they have to, right? We need to see them step up a little bit more here if they want to be super comfortable, because that's 65 points. I would say even just a 5-pointer game, 10 points on the day even, and they will be 100% locked in when it comes to making it to the finals. So Influence Rage, just trying to find a few stragglers. I would do the exact same thing if I were in their shoes. They look at the top left side of the minimap here. E-Arena, 2-2 split, camping out Regnum Caria. I feel like we all know that this team, if the stars align, can get so many good performances, and they're just trying to nip it right in the bud. Just eliminate Regnum Caria, because E-Arena, top 4, they're so safe when it comes to making it to the finals. If you could just camp out these guys and eliminate one of the world champions of last year of PMGO in Uzbekistan, I would do that exact same play. I love what E-Arena are doing. They're the true mind game players in PMMI so far.
This is exactly what I was talking about, right? Is the fact that, you know, as we get later into the stage, we're going to start seeing some shenanigans, right? E-Arena, majority of the time, would have already been in the zone, but they qualified. They're set. Yeah. They could do whatever the heck they want. And if they want to decide to stay there, eliminate themselves, but take you out with them and make sure you don't make it to the next stage, they can. And that is why it's so important to get so many of these points early on, because towards the end, you can't count it to be a regular game. And Regnum Caria are finding that out already the hard way.
Yeah, it's really tough. You know what? This fight's still happening, K1 versus FURIA. But I have a quick question before we get to know the nitty-gritty portion of these fights. Quick answer I need from you. If you're E-Arena, which of the teams currently not yet in the top 15 would you camp out to eliminate fully from the entire event? Well, actually, you know what? Maybe pause it, as here, E-Arena looking to find blood and spill it on the battlegrounds versus the side of Regnum Karya.
Bezel with a nice little bounce nade there. The bank is open onto Schweppes, and that's the player you definitely want to take out. He finds Mormon with that cheeky angle. Regnum Karya need to get this finished. They have to survive, and they need to get done quickly here. Got to win this 2v1 situation. And it looks like they are going to be able to find Joker. And wow, that ended up working out perfectly for Regnum Karya there. So
they're top 15.
what happened?
They just got pushed up top 15 off the back of that fight. You know what? They tried to nip them in the bud, but maybe actually E-Arena gave the key to success to Regnum Karya. They tried to ruin it, but they gave them a chance for a comeback.
It could happen either way, right? It's just so fortunate for them that they were able to get those crazy plays off the start. That 1v2 opened up the door for Regnum Karya to win. You got to be able to make those plays if you want to make it. And Regnum Karya did. Now, it's time to find a way into this next circle. I'm telling you, Max, look at the point difference on the bottom right side. 15th down to 19th place. 3-point difference. This last game is going to be straight chaos.
Now that I'm looking at these rankings and with what you just pointed out, I feel like it's done for D+. I feel like they're just going to keep slipping a rank or two every single game, eventually pushing them out of top 15. It's going to be dicey. They must be biting their nails back at home. Well, they're not back home. They're probably still at the hotel right now, but just looking at this game, they are feeling the pressure. That's for sure. Circle going to be great for Al-Ula, which, by the way, Mao, an Arabic caster, helped me pronounce it properly. So thank you very much, Mao.
Yes.
But yeah, Al-Ula, central position, playing on the eastern side of C block. They could be looking to redeem themselves a little bit because since their opening day, right, and they've been changing a few players here and there, they've been somewhat silent. I would love to see a bit of a MENA resurgence here, maybe on this game. With that circle in particular, this is the perfect setup for Al-Ula.
Yeah, see what Al-Ula can do. Like the correction of the pronunciation, but I can't lie. Al-Ula just flows off the tongue so well.
Al-Ula.
Al-Ula, right? But I love to see, you know, the fact that, you know, we're seeing the teams at the bottom perform so well. Al-Ula did so great on their first day, but man, they have done practically nothing here in their second, right? I mean, they have 62 points. They are literally just being carried by their first day's performance. This is their opportunity, right? They got 3 players up. Where are they at in this circle? I'm looking down. They're dead center, right? So this is their chance to really just lock it down. Dez catching one of the players out. Passion's going to get that confirmation. That's K1. 44 points on the board. Down to 2 players. And Ayala is going to take down Federal. So FURIA all by himself. But FURIA is locked in on this one. K1 is not. It's up to Passion. All by himself. He's got to do something.
More Passion. Yeah. Come on. Passion
More
doing
Passion.
it. He's getting it done right now. Might be able to actually get himself a reset on his teammate Zez. As Ayala just go for the salvage play, even jump in a water, doing a little bit of parkour here on the bridge, trying to make it over the fence, and he does make it actually onto the roadside. But does he have a functional vehicle available? I believe, yeah, he does have one, as Zez does get taken out by the Blues and himself. It's going to be him down as a solo. Let's see if Passion can maybe redeem this game slightly with a few eliminations or placement points as a solo. That would be a great achievement, especially when they need it, right? 46 points. As you said, between 19th position and I believe you said 15th, is just such a small point gap right now. But K1 is one of the teams that could get in that conversation. They would need about almost a 10-point a game, and they could be in that discussion. But right now, as a solo, it's definitely not going to be happening on a wrangle.
Yeah, it's not. And then it's going to be left up to Miramar. Miramar is going to be wild. We're already seeing E-Arena, right? Out in the blue zone, camping a squad. I can only imagine what's going to happen in the last 2 matches. Regnum Karya, so fortunate that they ended up winning that fight. They have 3 players up. They're in that 15th place position. They should be able to have an angle into this next circle, right? There's a couple little spots they can find safely. They're just going to have to do it very, very quietly and kind of hope they get a hard shift in their direction.
By the way, Mr. Bolt Action Hot Jukes.
Yes.
Did you see that Top is playing with a DSR?
Oh, let's go, Top.
Yeah, he's playing with
That's
a DSR.
what I'm talking about.
Unless it was like a temporary secondary weapon, but he definitely had a DSR in his arsenal. And I feel like he's just... I'm pretty sure he has 3 weapons. One on the ground, that's a CQC weapon, maybe an SMG or a shotgun. And right now, while no one is around him, he's just playing from that radio tower, just going to hit snipe after snipe. And if a team crashes, he might just swap to a new secondary, but he is definitely playing with a DSR. And in that position, if the circle favors top, man, we could see some insane bolt action headshots happening very soon.
Let's get it going. North circle here. Okay, Enigma Galaxy are chilling right now at the top. You got Alula going to be holding that C block position. And down south, Regnum Karia are creeping on in. But they're going to have to face a lot of squads. Coops. Oh, they got that vehicle out. Ayala getting eliminated.
That's tough. That's a really tough one there. Taken out of the picture entirely. And FURIA eliminated by NGX. 77 points, still top 5, so still great achievement from them. It would be interesting. We have the other Brazilian teams make it, but not A7. Really, the new generation. It's Boruto vibes right now in Brazil. The new gen is definitely stepping up. Well, it's not really new gen. It's still OG players, but it's just not the team you expect to be up there, which I always love a storyline like that. But Nongshim Red Force, you know what? Again, I've been very harsh on this team, but lovingly harsh. Because I love this squad, Human in particular, and I feel like they could be a first-place team. I am biased, yes, guys. If you guys are going to say in chat, yes, I am. I'm very biased for Human. I love this guy. But 73 points, top 5 is definitely in the cards here. 4 points away from the likes of FURIA that got taken out. INVITATIONAL also eliminated, so this could be an opportunity for them to finally be at the very tippy top of the leaderboards. But the entry point, they're already in the circle on the eastern side on the compound, just outside of military base. So it's a decent chance here. We see South Korea make it very deep in this game.
Oh, for sure. I mean, a win here, and they're in the top 3 easily, right? So let's see what Nongshim Red Force can do as INVITATIONAL and FURIA are already out of this one. Influence Rage being out, I still think they're gonna need a few more points to feel comfortable, but they should be able to get those easily in the next 2 matches. But we've seen crazier things happen, because I'm telling you, Miramar is gonna be so fun to watch. As looking at GOAT Focus getting taken down again. GOAT need 20 points, nothing shy of that if they want a shot into the finals. Weibo, though, where are Weibo at? Weibo,
down
13th
south,
place, 61 points. Yeah, down south. They could use some eliminations, definitely.
I really like this ridge. It's a very... Oh, okay, I don't like this ridge.
Yeah.
Just tumbling down the mountainside for passion. And I feel like the blue zone's going to get him. Oh, one more tick, and he was done. Woo! He's going to be able to pull off the bandages. A few bullets being chucked his direction, going right back into the blue zone. He can't stay there for too long. Goes right into the bat cave. Oh, he loses a bit of momentum there. Come on, you need to park it. And he gets taken out. It's top with the M4 to put the nail in the coffin. See you later, Alligator. That is game over for the squad K1. The redemption arc has not yet begun.
Man, it's going to be tough. I mean, they're going to need to win one of these Miramars coming up if they want to make it. They're down in 20th place. Aurora, big chillin'. Now it's GOAT. Let's see what GOAT can do. This team is going to be the squad down at the bottom of the leaderboards. And also the team that ended up replacing 4 Thrives here. Oh, not able to get the initial knock on Enigma Galaxy, and now they are pushing.
C block going to be shared between the 2 Turkish teams. It's Ulf and Regnum Karia. Really happy, by the way, Ezel earlier, kind of saving the day versus the arena. So if they do qualify, it's going to be all thanks to him. Go team, though! The nades from a range will get it done. It's going to be Rauf to end it there onto that squad. Moxie, the last one to go down. What a beautiful piece of utility. Great arc, and the timing was just amazing. Nongshim Red Force, though, were looking to third party, but the fight was so quick, really. There's no fight to third party, Hot Jukes.
No, there's not. I mean, that nade just, boom, just ended GOAT streams just like that. And for me personally, I could just say that is it. That's it for GOAT, KSG. Even K1 are going to have a hard time in these last 2 matches of the day. Enigma Galaxy, though, they saw the opportunity to put them into that top 15, and they are taking every single one of them. 61 points on the board. Still need some more. Look at the bottom left. Aurora, top with the 1v2. The DBS putting in that work. He's going to get out there and make it happen. Let's see if he does get the 1v3. I'm looking at the feed. I think he did.
By the way, Top Reefers just dismantling Weibo's position in the elimination feed. Good play. But Enigma Galaxy looking just so much more confident these last 2 games. I love the way they're just applying pressure on these squads and making it sure that no team is looking to encroach on their terrain. These last 2 games, it's been a bit of a new team, it looks like, in terms of overall synergy and communication. Enigma Galaxy, I hope they can maintain this form for the rest of the tournament. Because so far, looking at this spot in the rankings, 14th position. and Weibo's just above them and got eliminated, right? It's a tie. And then you got Al-Ula that's just 1 point ahead of them. If they get chicken dinner here, they get maybe towards the 70-point mark. They are in. So this game so much is playing off the back of this match for NGX. They cannot afford to fail right now.
No, they can't. And I think the way they're going to fail if they do is going to be from just splitting up a little bit too much. When their back's against the wall and all 4 players are looking in a direction, they are dang good. It's just sending out one player to scout on an off angle, him getting knocked, that kind of makes him fall apart a little bit. So let's see if Enigma Galaxy can hold it together, fight as a 4-man team, and get the better of the rest of this lobby. Now, this is a very, very true military circle. C block is still in play, so is police station. Al-Ula is going to be holding that spot. Every single building is taken at this point. And Enigma Galaxy are going to be on top of the hillside looking at everybody. Let's see where this next zone goes, though. It's still only stage 6. We have 2 more zone shifts that are going to happen.
Well, this positioning. The thing is, you always have a player that can be hiding behind some machinery, some corners, some doors. I do not like this area, but unfortunately, 3 teams are forced in very close quarters. Going to be Thunder Talk, a duo of Aurora, and the entirety of KRX. Well, I say entirety, maybe not for long here, as TRE gets knocked, and so does another member on that squad because of the off angle of Regnum. Kari is trying to just farm up a few eliminations here. Make it known that as the PMGO champions of 2025, they can make it to the PMMI finals. But Nocturne Red Force finally going on the offensive. But the FAMAS is just doing so much work here onto Hyunbin. Yes. And instantly taking on out Ralph, defending that position, keeping Ado in check on the background. But Tizzy taking it too. But Ralph is just built different. Gets to 1v2. Can he get the rest of Nocturne as the nade is going to be chucked his way?
So easy with the nade. Looks good.
Bit short.
Oh, just short. He's going to throw another one, though. Meanwhile, Ado getting eliminated, and that's Enigma Galaxy out of there. Nongshim Red Force getting the better of them.
Well, it was looking good for Ralph, and unfortunately, it just doesn't work out in the end. I mean, you had literally 1 tree as cover in a 1v4. Chances are it's not going to work out. It's still a really good attempt, right? Gets 1 player down, flushes out, get an extra knock, but Ado, etc., were not able to actually get himself that win in the end, so still a good achievement. As Ulf, though, the circle not being too kind. C block is being taken out of the picture, this circle shift, and instead of just trying to force the fight onto Regnum or even the side of Al-Ula, actually going for this wide northern flex out onto the previous position of Enigma Galaxy. I don't know if I like it just yet. It depends if they're just going for scouting for information and then going back into C block to fight with Eren. But if they want to fight Nocturne Red Force, I feel like this could be a little bit of a risky fight they're taking here. But they do have the high ground, and if they get 1 big nade knock onto Nocturne, maybe this turns it instantly in their favor. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Ulf have 3 players up. They're looking to get every point they can get, especially considering that they're in 18th place. So they're a little hungry for eliminations. They have the high ground. They have so many different angles here. They want to have this entire side of the map to themselves. That's a huge initial knock. But pushing down this hill is going to be so difficult. They need to be able to do it with util. Solus, yeah, they don't want to push down because if they do, they're most likely going to get knocked. They're going to try to do it with those shots through the smokes. Not able to get the confirmation.
This is what scares me. You're being forced by the blue zone to go downhill into the side of Nocturne Red Force. If they had more time to work with, maybe it would work out. But actually, you know what? They're getting helped by Thunder Talk. And now the bloom of the smoke just completely dissipates. And that is it. Taken on out. And now they can play this dip for free. Ulf, it was looking a bit dicey, a bit risky. But with the help of other teams around them and the great utility, they subvert expectations and secure the northern position. But now back into the depth of military base itself. All the teams are fighting each other. Reefers gets knocked. It's down to top as a solo for Aurora Gaming.
Reefus getting hit right in the ear there. We haven't talked about him a lot, but it's KRX. Look at them. KRX are in 19th place, 54 points. They are not out of it just yet. They have a full 4-man, but they are in a tough spot positionally. They're going to have to make some plays if they want to keep their tournament hopes alive here. And I call this the Valley of Doom. It is so difficult to cross this wide open area, and you know every single player is staring right at them. It's going to be tough for KRX to pass. They need a big smoke wall. But do they have any util left? That's a question.
They still got a few, right? But 5 seconds until those smokes are going to start to bloom out and dissipate. So that's going to give their location away a little bit easily to the enemy teams around them. Eren got his own piece of util, 30 seconds to work with on that smoke. So he's going to be big chilling in that fight. But Regnum, they're trying to make the entrance here onto Al-Ula. And so far, it's been a pretty decent defense because Eren is also keeping Regnum in check. Despite being Turkish brothers here, they are kind of negating each other's entry point. As Silas dropped down by Eren, gets so much damage, getting Loxy too. That's an extra 2 points on the cards. Eren doing so much heavy lifting, but he's still not in the play zone, so he has to move slightly more over to the east.
This wall is so strong. It's so difficult to hit any nades towards them. So he's going to have a great angle here, especially to be able to steal some eliminations. Al-Ula with the duo inside a police station. That's going to be their spot. Did KRX cross the road? It looks like they did find a spot. So KRX do make it there. Ezel's just going to try to heal out at this point. Deny the point, yeah.
Oh, the blue zone's sticking too hard. Yeah, might as well deny Ezel because we know it could be down to a tie break as to who makes it and who goes home. So I do like that idea because there was no way that rotation was going to work out in 1,000 years. But now Ulfir, they've been having a good time, right? They got second place last game. Able to get himself a strong finish at the end, but getting overwhelmed by FURIA. But now there's no FURIA standing between them and this chicken dinner. And they got so, yeah, especially as you said, it's really hard to nade position because you got these this extra bit of elevation with the wall in front, and it makes it really hard for the nades to connect. And just go for a big arc above it.
Fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so strong from this spot. You could shoot through it, but a nade, yeah, there's just no way.
Oh, they're pushing though.
Now, okay, here they go. In the wide open, too. Ula, yeah, just going to go ahead and deny some points. And it makes sense considering that you got so many teams right below you. Look at this, 17th, 18th, and 19th place. One of them is going to win this game. Every single one of them needs it. Federalis, a legend in his own right, all by himself. Eren, hello!
Come on, he's right there!
Oh,
Ooh.
got him.
Okay, that was Bill, the whole story. Gonna go put it right into the head of Soulless. Federalis, how do you survive that? He gets up and instantly gets shut down by South Korea. It's KRX going hard for the win. It's only Ketch remaining here, surrounded by foes. And it's just not meant to be. KRX here, finally going for the chicken dinner and maybe redeeming PMMI here for South Korea.
Right at the buzzer, too. They had a tough time winning this one, but lo and behold, everything just lined up so perfectly for them. They were able to keep majority of their team, actually the whole squad up, all four towards the end there. And man, with that game, that could have just done it.
Could have done it, man. I mean, just before this game, I feel like I was looking at their ranks. They were, what, in 19th position for a period of time. With the actual chicken dinner, how many ranks? Because it was so close. They could have jumped up 6, 7 ranks. And I said 6, 7. God damn it. They could have jumped maybe 7, 8 ranks. And they could, that's how big of a difference they could have made with that chicken dinner. And it was not a super aggressive game, in my opinion, from KRX. It was just holding down their position, zoning teams away efficiently. And by doing so, a really strong podium finish is definitely going to come your way, and they could convert it into an actual chicken dinner. I would say Federalis definitely helped KRX there at the end to get that final fight onto Ketch. But regardless, it is going to be a KRX win, and the Hoxie MVP moment is finally here with those 2 eliminations.
Hey, they'll take that all day long, but more importantly, those 10 placement points, they needed them desperately. You know, I will say one thing as well, though, Max. The fact that we had all those players in that position towards the end, those specific teams, that is like worst case scenario for a team like D+.
Exactly.
Because we have all those teams in that area getting points, and that is just making D+. I just put it this way. If you're a D+ fan, I'd be shocked if you had any fingernails left, because it's going to be a straight nail biter here towards the end.
Look, if I were D+ fan right now, I would just turn off the stream and just kind of live in my own world and hope that they make it. I'm just like, please, I'm going to go on a walk. I'm going to relax. I don't know if they're going to make it. And then you just check out Liquipedia later. It's like, and they didn't make it. Because I feel like now, with this setup in particular, I was hopeful they were going to make it. But so many of the teams just below them got an insane amount of points, making it to top 5. I feel like the D+ Kia dream is over now. I feel like it's been shattered to a million pieces.
Well, we'll see where off ends up being. You know, I think I said at the start, I was guessing 75. Yeah, look at this. Federalis. Hello. Goodbye.
Because he turns a bit more to the left. I feel like he spots Federalis, and actually then Scarface instantly trying to peek over, and he gets punished. Easy 1v2 for the man himself from the side of the Philippines. But all the players here, KRX able to give himself not a big elimination-based game, right, which I said is just about zoning teams away, very macro-based gameplay, and 15 points still, they needed it, right? And this is definitely going to put them in a way comfortable position to hopefully jump in the top 15 and stay there until the very bitter end of the group stage.
Yeah. Oh, man. Look at this match rankings. Ulf getting 12 points. BTR getting 10. That is huge for all three of these teams who are right there on that cutoff of making it or going home. Looking down the leaderboards, you got Regnum Karya putting up 7 as well. And if Regnum Karya want to make it, they're going to have to do it in Miramar, Max, because that is it for Erangel.
It's going to be a tough one. You know that there's going to be so many disappointed fans here because you got so many big names at the bottom of the rankings, and there's just not enough space for all of these teams to make it. You already had some big names taken out in Yangon and Alpha 7, and I'm telling you, those are only the 2 big first names taken out of the picture. There's going to be many more to follow in their footsteps as go on the second page of these match rankings. And Weibo, that big bubble, that's really, really going to hurt them. But not only that, GOAT, K1, KSG, I'm going to say this game just kind of shut down their comeback opportunity. K1 technically could still do it in the last 2 games, but GOAT, KSG, now for sure, Hot Jukes, it is truly game over for them in their PMMI adventure.
Yeah, they're going home. There's the chance is too crazy. You got to win the lottery twice, I think, at this point if you want to make it. But when he looks at the leaderboards, this is where we got to stare at. Undertalk, down in 8th place, 71 points. All right, FURIA are in 7th. Now we're starting to see these teams really push up on the leaderboards. As a matter of fact, E-Arena with 2 matches left could be trying to hunt down that top spot. But you can already tell that we're doing something. This is important. All right, let's take a look now. D+, 69 points in 10th place. The cutoff is now 64 with 2 matches left to go.
5 points difference between 15th slot and D plus Kia with their 69 points. And usually I would say nice, but no, it's not nice. It's not comfortable right now for D plus Kia, and they are going to be normally overtaken by KRX. They just need a single point, and they're going to be tied up. And D plus, actually, one big advantage D plus do have here. We do have to talk about it, Hodgix. They got those 2 chicken dinners. When it comes to tiebreakers, chicken dinners are always the first number to be taken into account. So if they do end up in a tie between teams in 15th, 16th position, those 2 chicken dinners really could be their winning factor to go to the finals. If they didn't have it, that would be even a worse situation for D plus Kia. I would not love to be in their shoes right now.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't as well. I kind of guessed the cutoff would be around 75 points. If it's 69, it'll be hilarious. But D plus doing it with the chicken dinners would be absolutely wild. As we look here at the final page, all right? Weibo, 61. Regnum Karya, 59. I think that's it. I think that's where we're going to see the cutoff of the teams that have a chance of making it in the top 15. I think K1, with how crazy Miramar is going to be, it's just going to be too tough to break that threshold.
We've got a new name here. It's not Silence anymore from FURIA. It's going to be Hoxie from KRX with the 19 eliminations. Oh, interesting. And also Schweppes closing the gap slightly by 1 extra elimination. He was at 23 last game. Now he's at up to 24. Do you think Schweppes makes it happen here, Hot Jukes? Do you think he's going to be our top eliminator of the group stage?
I think so. I think because E-Arena, they're so comfortable, they can do whatever the heck they want. They're just going to go crazy elimination heavy. So I think Schweppes 100% is going to be the top eliminator here. QZZ, though, he ain't going nowhere. Yeah.
Oh, you know, it's Top, man.
Oh, the Top?
Yay.
Let's go, Top. Finally, we see some new damage dealers, and Top making some sense here. He's been hitting some crazy shots today. Love to see it. Yeah,
absolutely lovely stuff. I didn't see any shots with the DSR. I wish I did from his POV, but no, he's just able to get... And that's the thing with Top. He's always able to get a lot of damage in these lobbies because of his loadout. He usually likes to play long range with especially DMRs. The Mini 14's his best friend. He's played a few times with the M1 Garand, but when you play DMRs, it's always going to inflate your damage quite significantly, and that is the reason why he's got so much damage so far in this group stage. Loving it. Of course, though, catching up to QZZ is still a almost 2,000 damage difference, so Top is going to have to go extra hard on Miramar if he wants to be the top damage dealer of this group stage.
Well, we're going to find out in the desert of Miramar. It's coming up really shortly, guys. I hope you guys are ready, because it's going to be one heck of a ride. And here we go. Last two matches of this group stage. We're headed into the deserts of Miramar. Max, I know you are hyped for this one.
I cannot wait to see what's going to be happening. This is an amazing plane. It's going from Campo Militar all down to Minas del Sur Island down southwest. This is an amazing one. Everyone should be able to make it to their main drop location. If any hot drop happens right now, Hot Jukes, it is 100% targeted, especially Casual Gaming. Are they going to go onto another hot drop? Are they going to try and take down one of the big names here to try and do a little bit of a comeback? Or are we going to see that coming out from maybe the likes of a GOAT team, maybe even a K1 Esports? At this moment, unless you go big, it's just not happening. That comeback is not going to go down for you whatsoever. So might as well take a risk here and see if things can pan out for you in the long term.
Yes. Oh, man. I mean, right now it's just the time. You got to make plays. You got to play it so conservatively. We got a nice eastern circle here, southeastern one. And that's going to make things super interesting here. You cannot afford to make any mistakes because look at this leaderboard, man. I would say from 11th all the way down to 19th, we could see some crazy changes. That's a lot of squads that could go home. Yeah. A lot of them.
For sure. And actually, I'm wondering, is D+ going to be kicked out of top 15 this game, or is it going to take the last game for it to happen? I feel like it's going to be in the last game. We might just lose out on D+. Because it would require a lot of teams. You need a KRX. By the way, some people still are confused. KRX is DRX. They just rebranded. Al Ula, Influence Rage, Bigatron, right? And Ulf and NGX, etc. to all get a few points in these next few games. These next two games, really. That's all that's left. And D+ will be kicked out. So I feel like not this game, but the last match, that is when D+ might just get kicked out. Which sucks to say, man. They're such an incredible roster. So many big names on the team. Got Fabian, Nolbu, Chips, and Porico that was playing a few times too. Nolbu in particular, man, I was really hoping we could see Nolbu in the finals, but it seems like that dream might just not happen in the end. That sucks.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. So, like, the worst case scenario, right, for D+ is the top teams here just go out early, right?
Like last game.
Yeah, like last game. If they go out early again, and we see, 11th on down to 19th put up a half decent game, right? Oh, it's like cooked pretty much because it's just so close. I mean, 68 points. The cutoff is 64, dude. Yeah, it's not looking healthy at all for D+ at this point. They'd have to just really hope that if you're D+, man, you need to be cheering on Arena, Aurora, and Nongshim Red Force, even FURIA, right? Just tell them, hey, guys, wipe the floor with this lobby. Give our boys a chance, because if those guys go out early, it ain't looking good.
Yeah, you really need to have the stars align for you.
Or go for GOAT, right?
Yeah.
Come on, GOAT.
Go, just send it. It's looking quite tough. But yeah, you still got so many big names, right? You got especially Weibo, right? Okay, I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm going to repeat it one more time because it's just so insane that this might be happening. We have four global champions in 2025, right? In order, PMGO, Regnum Caria, followed up by then, I think after it was straight away PMHI, won by Weibo. Then you had PMWC, Yangon Galacticos, and then you had PMGC, won by Alpha 7. We know Yangon, A7, already out of the picture. Weibo and Regnum Caria are still not in the top 15, and above them are teams that are still playing, like your Nigma Galaxies, like your Ulfs, your BTRs, etc. They are constantly going to make this a moving goalpost kind of situation. I would be absolutely shocked, bewildered, if we see those two teams of Weibo and Regnum not make it to the finals. What an insane downfall that I think nobody could predict in 1,000 years, and yet it is happening right here, right now at PMMI. What is going on, Hot Jukes? I never expected that.
Yeah, I mean, me neither at all. I mean, it's just so wild. But this is what we talked about earlier, right? Like, this feels like 50% harder than PMGO Season 1. This whole lobby is just stacked from top to bottom. And if you just make one tiny mistake, you're going to get punished. It doesn't matter who you're pushing on at this point. So, if you're Weibo, you gotta play this picture perfect. But especially the last game, it's gonna be just so much crazier because actually it may not be too crazy because there's so many teams that are gonna be playing very, very normal because they all need points. but the top teams can do whatever they want, and that's always just a huge wild card.
I believe some teams are definitely going to play a little bit more, defensive. Just get in position, try get to the late game, and off the back of that, hope that eliminations and placement points naturally flow your direction. Especially if you're looking at teams like Thunder Talk, for example. I feel like that's a team that is going to do exactly that, just try and cruise into the games, get into, if possible, top 5 scenarios, and that should be very easily making sure that there's no way in hell they're going to slip out of top 15. Even FURIA, I feel like are just going to do something similar. They're not going to go out of their way. Unlike Aurora, that did it right on the last game on Orangle, just chasing down Regnum Karia. I don't feel like those teams have that kind of comfort to do plays like that. But actually, talking about Aurora, are they going to try and do something crazy again here? Because so far, looking at their drop location, they're in San Martin. Not looking to send it on anyone just yet, but what could happen, Hotrix, is they get a knock and a flush on a player. They see the team. It's an interesting team to eliminate fully from the tournament, and they just fully commit. That could be happening at any stage of this game.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, boy. These last 2 matches, we've been talking about them for the past 3 days, just how intense they're going to be. And you can just feel the tension in the air. No hot drops, nothing. It's going to be just straight conservative play. Chief driving down the middle of the road. Ziol said, hey, get off my road. That's mine. Got to pay the tax. And that tax was a few shots of 5.56. But Ziol going to go ahead and move away from this one. Not able to get that knock. Uh-oh, here we go. Influence Rage. Al-Ula. Big fight here. Federal looking to make some moves. Lorenzen is knocked. Trying to keep an eye on this fight here as, yeah, that is going to be the first blood there. Alula down to just 2 players now.
For Alula, that would be an insane upset because they were #1 team on day 1 of groups. And they could, right now, 66 points. If they get a 0-pointer here, which right now is looking to go that way, Quick is also completely taken out of the pictures, down to a solo, unless he can get the reset on his fallen comrade. That might be one of the MENA teams completely eliminated here from the tournament, which would suck to see after how good an opening day they've had. But so far, their second day, to be brutally honest, Hotrix, has been a complete non-day for this squad.
Absolutely non-day. I mean, they put up almost all their points on day 1. So, yeah, super unfortunate for Alula because we saw just a great start. And they were going against one heck of a lobby. So, man. Right now, if you're a D+ fan, you're excited, right? Because you're like, yes, one team in that mid-pack going out early. But for Alula fans everywhere, they are not too happy right now.
We start saying their name correctly and everything goes wrong. We need to go back to calling them Alula.
Yeah, Alula, come on, make it happen because they need it, dude. I mean, 1 player up left. They're going to go into the last game, and that last game is going to be wild.
Yeah, and we haven't seen any clutches from Claws or Quick, right? They've been completely missing out on so many good fights.
Just to double check, okay? I'm looking at the numbers.
Okay.
Ula, they had, going into this day...
51 points, I believe it was.
51? Wow. That's crazy. So to only put up 15 points in 5 matches is rough.
That's what we would do if we were playing.
Yeah, literally. That's a great day for us, right? Bad day for them, unfortunately. They don't need very much, man, but it's just not looking good because you got BTR, Ulf, Enigma Galaxy, Weibo, Regnum Karia all right there. If these guys have a good game, I mean, we could see literally Ula go down to 19 places.
Could be the case. Yeah, definitely could be the case. By the way, I do want to say this circle, there is a road to the east of Los Leones that has a loot truck. I do wonder if anyone has gotten access to that loot truck. And if yes, what did they get? P90s, MG3s, maybe even a Lynx AMR we did see played earlier, right, by one of the Chinese players. So could be a good bit of extra loot if anyone was able to lock that one down. Thunder Talk, they were one of the names that are currently looking pretty comfortable. 72 points. I would say it's very unlikely that they do not remain in top 15. So at this point, they're just playing for the fun of it, just to make sure they can actually get maybe a better ranking in the group stage. Because, you know what, actually, looking at the bigger picture here for this tournament, Hot Tricks, I feel like I'm so happy to see so many Chinese teams in PMMI / even PMHI last year, because they don't have a lot of global exposure. There's only a few events they do play against international teams. So now, sure, KSG, getting wrecked, right? Even some other teams having a bad time like K1. They feel like this gives them a better chance the next time they qualify for a global event. They have a bit of a better fighting chance because they already played against these teams once before.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a big advantage for them for sure, right? Man, it's just so wild to see, like, the level of competition here and how it's turned out. And I think it's just going to get even higher and higher and higher. The finals are going to be one heck of a thing to watch here because now it's no longer top 15. It's who's going to win the whole thing, right? So I'm excited to see how that ends up going. I'm looking at Influence Rage. They're down to 3, 68 points. Only need a few more to really lock in that top 15. Now look at that. Lauren's in, spots the buggy, said, nah, no more tires for that thing.
He's smart too because he's like, you can still use a buggy with 3 wheels. I'm going to pop 2. And that really makes it fully unusable. So good play here. Very aware of how to really hinder the mobility of these squads. As Razak, oh, he got himself an M79. Okay, the smoke grenade launcher, though. We've got to be careful. Pick up some momentum. Razak, they do survive it for now. Little bit too close for comfort, and they will retreat straight up to their teammates of Federalis and Axel. That would have been a really big loss, especially for a team that's in 14th position. That they're not safe. There's so much on the line for these 2 games. Losing 1 player at this point could spell absolute disaster here for Indonesia.
Oh, man. Got to play it carefully. Got to get out of there. Buy yourself some time. I mean, there's still so much room in this circle. That's Soup going down and going to get thirsted. Weibo, 17th place. They cannot afford this. 33Z is completely isolated. Oh, he's getting in the vehicle. Going to try to head to safety. Is he going to be able to get there, though? That's a question. Let's see. He's driving away. XYZ sees him. Decides not to pop off those shots. A little bit too late.
There's actually 2 teams involved in a fight right now. Dragon Kari and Weibo. The 2 teams I said it would be crazy if they don't make it, and they're both taking an early skirmish. And actually, Weibo do get, as you said, 1 player fully flushed out of this game. It's going to be Sook, the man himself. It's got some of the most international exposure out of all the Chinese players out there, alongside the players of Order in particular. So I'm, yes, this is becoming a bit scary for some of these squads, right? We'll see. As I did look at Weibo, they did have a welding gun. No hovercraft, though. Would be good to find that. To combo that with the extra third weapon he has in his arsenal. Expecting them to encroach over the ridgeline. Instant pepper. Bully them away. Make it known this position is taken. You don't want to take it away. You don't want to take that fight. But Aurora is Aurora. They're in top 5 hot troops. They might just say, screw it, we don't care, YOLO, and send it right onto Weibo or Thunder Talk.
Yeah, like I said, you know, if you're a fan of like a team like D+, you want Aurora to go crazy here. You want them to soak up all the eliminations. This is going to be kind of inconsequential as it's against Thunder Talk, but Ziol gets a nice knock there onto Awake. And these are 2 of the top squads fighting each other. So for those teams at the bottom, this is exactly what you want.
It's good. You know what? This event in general has given me way more hope when it comes to Ziol. I feel like he's been still a really good player, right? He was a PMGC MVP a few years ago in Turkey for PMGC Grand Finals. But this event definitely made me like, okay, no, he still has it. My man is still on top, one of the best ever to kind of make his way on the PUBG Mobile esports scene. And it's just looking like the whole package right now, this roster, and they go away. We got a knock. You know what? It's not worth committing to the fight. They regroup all together on the southern side of the road. Ziol is still trying to go for a quick rotation to the west to gather more intel. And they just want to hold off Thunder Talk and Goat Team, really. So they're just going to defend this position, zone teams out, and hopefully get a few eliminations in the process. So far, it's pretty typical stuff from this squad.
Aurora holding it down, can do whatever they want in this lobby. Arena can do the same thing. We're just gonna have to wait and see exactly what they decide to do at this point. As the tension is at an all-time high. 58 players remaining, still 16 teams up, 15 minutes in the game. This is what I'm talking about here. As far as teams positionally, Max, there's quite a few squads looking really good here. You got FURIA in a really good spot. You got Bigatron in a good position now. They are down to 3, but they're still set up well. Regnum Karia are in the middle of the zone. Man, it's going to come down to the wire here. Here they go. Yep. Regnum Karia against Thunder Talk. Regnum Karia have to win this fight. It is against one of the teams higher up on the leaderboard, so it's a perfect situation for Regnum Karia.
But Razy stole that point. He snatched it away from a distance. That's a point that they really wanted to secure. An extra day comes out right onto Jing, but they do get the reset on one of the fallen comrades. So they'll send it right over to Jing himself, hopefully trying to get another reset but they're getting third-partied from a distance. Who is that looking their way? Is it GOAT Team? It might just be, but they are fully pincered here. And again, Regnum Courier, they'd be happy if Thundertalk get eliminated, but they need the points, they need the eliminations, and so far everything is being stolen away from the Turkish team, and they just can't push it, because if they do, they might put themselves in danger, so they might just have to say goodbye to those 3 elimination points.
Oh, Regnum Courier is like, hey, GOAT, thanks for the help, but stop. We need the points.
We need it.
We need these. Calm down, calm down, calm down. And Wild not able to get up there and throw a nade. Thundertalk might actually just get this whole reset. As a matter of fact, this is where things get so difficult, Max, right? When it comes to decisions. Like Regnum Courier, you're desperate. You need every point you can get, right? I think this is normal. They would have just sent it up and pushed it, but now they're holding down the position as you look at Influence Rage. 12th place position against KSG, who's at the bottom of the leaderboards. Let's see how this turns out.
They can't afford to lose the fight. KSG, this is pretty much life or death in this game. If they get eliminated, that's it. Their dream of the finals is done. But Loranzin gets clutched up. That's a nice trade-off. But Crackshot also going to be eliminated by Hoxie from KRX. So there's a bit of a cheeky third party happening from a distance. But Federal is taken out, and KSG finally getting a fight win. And they will get those elimination points, but a few of them were stolen away. It's getting bad.
Yeah, this is a huge fight right here. Enigma Galaxy, they need to win this one against E-Arena. It's up to Coops. Coops going up against Joker. He's got the shotgun in hand. He needs to hit those angles. He can't do it. E-Arena take out Enigma Galaxy in 16th place. Enigma Galaxy, it's going to come down to the last game for them. Meanwhile, another big fight. Weibo need to win this one. They're in 17th place, going up against Nongshin Red Force. The teams at the top are doing exactly what D+ wanted. They are dominating the lobby and taking out so many of these mid-pack teams.
Yeah, but Influence Rage and Al Ula also already overtook D+, right? We'll have to check the leaderboards, but now it's going to be down to Bigatron and Ulf. Can they get enough points to maybe push them down even lower on the rankings? But Enigma Galaxy, I mean, the MG3, again, they keep getting these airdrop weapons every time E-Arena. They really know how to get those loot trucks early on, and they're making so much good work for them. Circle about to shift once again. Regnum Courier just crossing their fingers, hoping the circle favors their little dip in the open in the center of the zone. And they are still going to be in a playable area. Regnum Courier being given an opportunity, a single chance, Hotrix, to maybe make it to the finals, but they need to make it count. They still need to get those elimination points.
This could be a huge game for them. They need it. I mean, they do not want to wait till the last game. They need a chicken dinner right here. You got Weibo as well needing some big points. Bigatron, they're not out of the hot seat just yet. KRX, after that last win, looking very, very healthy. They are now in 8th place. That's it. They've made it to the finals if you're KRX. Big fight between them and Nongshim coming up. And Weibo is looking in this direction. What are you going to do if you're Weibo? Do you hold the spot at the edge of the circle, or do you risk pushing out to get these eliminations?
Fight the demon, you know. I would say you just fight this engagement of KRX onto Nongshim Red Force. It's Korea versus Korea. And if you can third party, create a good entry point, that will be huge for Weibo. But looking at the side of KRX also, you want to make sure if you want to be super safe, just get a few eliminations here, and that should lock you in, because Nongshim are safe, 79. They are big chilling on the rankings. A lot of utility, though, being chucked. Nongshim, got to be careful. They are playing in this dip. It's a very nadeable area, but they do get Binny first. The man advantage has now been lost. KRX, it's a 3v4. Might want to disengage. He tries to go back onto the high ground, running for the hills. But Izzy will try to deny that rotate. As Weibo finally here, Hotrix, as we were hoping for, going for the third party, but it's instantly shut down by So Easy.
So Easy with a beautiful knock there. This is devastating for the side of Weibo. Weibo need to get some serious eliminations here. Suki, 33Z, need to get active. And meanwhile, I mean, the fight, where is KRX? They have not engaged on this at all. And now they have the opportunity to third party, but they're not. So Weibo, we're hoping to catch him in the middle of a fight, but KRX said, nah, you know what? How about you guys fight it out?
And I like it. I feel like there's not enough eliminations that popped up in the elimination feed for them to commit to the fight. It doesn't make sense right now. If they can maybe leapfrog that position while the fight is still happening, that's great. But Weibo, I feel like they heard the vehicles of KRX like, hell nah. We're getting right out of that. I love that push from Weibo. It was too risky. Even if they win the fight, they're instantly going to get third-partied. But they're pushing the location. They just don't know where everyone is hiding. Suki's taken out. Same for 33Z. I respect the play, but unfortunately just doesn't pan out. Weibo eliminated. That is a 0-point game they just couldn't afford to take.
It's going to be up to the final game for the Chinese squad. Let's see what they can do. But now it's up to Bigatron. Bigatron getting some shots downrange. The Indonesian team trying to take down Nongshan Red Force. They need every point they can get. They've got 2 so far. They're in 13th place. So many of these teams, those cutoff teams, went out early here. That's going to make the last game just that much more intense. As now we're going to look at another team that needs points. It's Ulf. Catch. Going up against Furia. Ulf. Down to 2 players. Need to make a big play to keep their team alive.
I mean, Furia are super safe, right? They got 80 points. They're just trying to make a statement here that they can take down the second place of PMGO and PMGC.
Uh-oh.
Going for the drop shot, maybe. Chief here. Got to cook that nade. It's going to be an under chuck.
Low toss.
Can he hit it? The low toss. Connects damage. Ooh, puts Eren so damn low, but no knocks. As he will be going on the offensive, trying to spread down from above with the DPS. That's the first one being found. Ulf down to solo player. It's Eren. Can he clutch it up once again? So many good peeks around the corner of that rock. He's doing so much damage, but unfortunately it's just not enough. Down to solo. Chief will survive and bring the entire squad back up as a 3-man team.
Are you kidding me? 12th, 14th, all the way down to 17th are out early. This is why we keep saying it, right? Getting those last points in the final matches is so difficult, but Bigatron, they won them. They came on out, ended Furia's reign, and that is 5 points for the side of Bigatron.
G+ kind of loving this, especially because, again, they have those 2 chicken dinners. If it's getting down to a tiebreak at the end, they win it. So, they're enjoying what they're seeing right now on the broadcast as KRX. Quick exit, I do really like, again, the idea of them not fully committing to the third party on Weibo versus Nongshan Red Force, and actually helps them to leapfrog way closer to Bigatron. But the circle has a different plan in mind for them, as they're getting forced out in the open over those dips and ridges, and Tizzy will pick it up, instantly confirms it with a QBZ. And Bigatron, hey, you know what? Very consistent in this game, right? Able to just get some cheeky third parties from a distance. They've been just so involved in the discussion, and that does reward them with those 7 eliminations now in top 10, pretty much sure to make in the finals. This game is their ticket to the next stage.
Yep, I agree. They did it right here and here. They have punched their ticket to the finals. We're going to see these Indonesian giants make it into that grand finals. I will say also, with 13, 17 all the way out here, this is the perfect, and I mean perfect, situation for Regnum Karya. They are dead center of the zone. Almost everybody above you is out. What are you gonna do?
It's going to be stressful for Regnum Karya. I've yet to secure a single elimination, I believe, right? So we need to see some points come their way eventually, or they'll suffer a similar fate to Weibo. It would be tough to lose 4 world champions of last year in PMMI. Bigatron, good position. I love that 2-2 split. I wonder if Axel and Razy have some nades to just rain down on the heads of Nongshan Red Force. Right now, it doesn't seem like that's the case. As Go Team going for the push onto K1, just trying to lock them down in the bottom of the rankings. Whoever loses this fight, it's pretty much game over. Your PMMI adventure ends here and now, as Moxie, sole survivor, leading force behind, has to just try and get some semblance of points this game. But from that position over to the east, it seems very unlikely to go get anything of value done this game. As he goes for the backstab onto Awake, and he cannot even find the knock.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's it for Go. Yeah, because Moxie all by him lonesome needs like a whole bunch of eliminations and the win. But hey, he can be a thorn in the side of some of these squads. But because of Thunder Talk, they don't care. They've made it, so they are big chillin' at this point. But what is Regnum Karya gonna do? Are they just gonna sit idly and allow all their eliminations to be taken, or are they gonna get active and try to make something happen?
For Regnum? I feel like
Regnum Karya.
I feel like Regnum don't have an option. If they peek over the ridge, they instantly get punished. I feel like they have to stay silent. If they do get a win, it's going to be a very low elimination win. And I would prefer that instead of going out.
It could work.
Getting
yeah,
one
where
or two
they're at on the
placement
leaderboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they are forced. They are forced in playing it super passive, but they love the fact that Moxie get eliminated because that puts them closer to getting way more placement points. So this is great. I feel like they are playing it as they should. But as teams start to bleed over these ridge lines, they get an angle onto you. This is not looking good, and right now, Razy in particular has perfect lines of sight. Regnum, can they weather the storm? Can they make it in the top 15?
Regnum Karya just forced to snake their way into the grand finals. They cannot move a muscle. They stand up, they are gone. So many sightlines on this team. They have the position in the circle, but everybody is looking at them right now. Let's see what they can do as we look on the other side. Aurora going to be taking out K1. That is them done, and that's going to be, I'm going to call it their tournament right there. Now looking on over, though, this is the big storyline. Right now, it's all up to Regnum Karya. Yeah, Bigatron, they have made it. They have done enough. Can Regnum Karya do the same?
Indeed, congratulations, Bigatron. Now going to send it round to Jing. Thunder Talk, the good nade could get a bit of damage done, but it's going to get third-partied regardless by Doc himself. He renamed from Doc to Doc 1 because he knows he's the only one in the world to play like this. He is an absolute enigma in PUBG Mobile Esports. As BTR now really solid ridgeline, but because of their repositioning here, it actually denies a bit of pressure away from Regnum. They still have one player just behind them, but if Razy gets taken out of the picture, chances are this could be a Regnum win as they keep getting the revive on every single player. Ezel got knocked, brought back, Wild gets knocked, and now flushed out this game down to a trio. Regnum Karya, that odds of a chicken dinner is still there. It's going to be tough as you still have some full teams of BTR and Aurora you have to face to go for that win.
Oh, Razy getting silenced. Oh, they finally take him out, so now they don't have to worry about their backs anymore. That is so huge for the side of Regnum Karya. Regnum Karya need every single point here. They need to win this game. But they are getting some solid placement points as they are now down to top 3. It's Aurora, Bigatron, and Regnum Karya. And Regnum Karya need him the most. But yes, they're getting all those reses. But him getting knocked is the worst thing that could happen.
It's Loxy. Just heal yourself. If you can get the reset on your players, go for it. But just the one. Silas is dead. He's just a non-factor in this game anymore. He can maybe just feed a bit of information to the players of Regnum. He's got the line of sight. Top. He swapped over from the Mini to a UMP. He's locked in with a 4x scope on the M4. They're not in nade range, which is literally the only reason they're still alive is no nades were chucked their way. Now it's BTR versus Aurora and Regnum just hoping they are left alone to get a second place.
Yes, or best case scenario, a Bigatron and Aurora fight each other and Regnum Karya are going to steal this, but it's going to be so difficult because Aurora are set up so pretty. They have a spot in this next zone, and they are just glaring at Regnum Karya right now. Top, not even shaking at all, just staring at this vehicle saying, I dare you move a pixel! And Doc finds the angle, and that is it. Regnum Karya are out of there.
They still get an extra 5 placement points for third place, but Bigatron, they secure their position already in the finals, so it doesn't matter. But Aurora finally also a chicken dinner on the Dusty Dunes. And what a high elimination game it was. It was so controlling, so decisive, so aggressive. When everyone thinks about Aurora Gaming, this is the kind of gameplay you expect, and they finally deliver just ahead of the grand finals.
That is what I am talking about. Let's go, Aurora. On top. Now let's see just how far they moved up the leaderboards on this one. Great game from this squad. And the best case scenario for a lot of the teams trying to make it into this next stage, because the teams at the top did so well, and those teams in the mid pack, not so much when it comes to Miramar.
Yeah, I really wonder, where is D+ going to be? I feel like they're just going to be on the cusp, maybe a rank or 2 ahead of 15th position, but I would not love to be a D+ fan or a D+ player at this moment, because it is going to be down to the wire to see who's going to be able to secure their positions in the finals. Doc, though, will be your game MVP, 8 knocks, 6 eliminations total, and over 1.2k damage, which is interesting. I would expect top damage to be top with that many 14, but no, Doc making it known that he's one of the best players in the world here for Mongolia. And I was waiting for when this guy was going to get some big games, and you know what? He finally makes it happen on Miramar. You love to see it.
Yeah, let's go, Doc. 6 eliminations, 1,200 damage. Yeah, that's insane. So the Doc has awoken, that's for sure. I mean, they've been awake this whole time. They've done so dang well. As we take a look here at the highlights. And man, this one was definitely a wild one. We saw so many of those teams in the middle, you know, as a matter of fact, dead center, 12 and 13 out so early. And then a lot of the teams around them just started to follow.
Really was. It's just a domino effect for so many of the teams in the middle pack of the rankings that needed some big points on the board. Not even big points, even just like a 5-pointer could keep you nice and comfortable up in the top 15. Some of the teams were just not able to make it happen. And yeah, I mean, in particular, I want to look back on one of the plays. It was Weibo. I love that they were trying to avoid that skirmish between KRX and Nongshim Red Force, but unfortunately, you just try and leapfrog into a position you just don't know which teams have what kind of line of sight on that location, and they get completely obliterated. I think Weibo should have maybe just committed to the fight and took a shot. They didn't do so, and that might have cost their grand final slot right there, as Aurora do take home a 28-point game, Hot Chooks. Biggest game of the tournament by far, 18 eliminations. That's even better than our best rondo so far. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. 28 points. I mean, that's got to put them, what, first place at this point? I mean, they are locked in. So Aurora, yeah. I mean, that's 20. That's almost 30. That's crazy, right? Bigatron putting up 17. Massive storyline right here, because they were down and out with 17. That puts them into the finals.
Yeah, it really does. Regnum Kara, those 5 points, no eliminations. I can't wait to see the leaderboards, man. It's going to be so intense between these teams. It's going to be do or die. Weibo, though, the big bubble there, which you don't want to see. Even for the likes of Al Ula, which they've been slipping the entirety of today. Last game, it's do or die. We'll see if they can make it happen. I keep saying it's do or die, but it really is for every single team. If you're around 15th position, you're not going to be loving what's going to be going down in that final match on Miramar. As here we go, rankings are here, and 108 points. Aurora here, untouched. The only team that could tear them down would be E-Arena, and that's a 18-point gap. You would literally need a win for E-Arena if they want to become your group stage champions. What the hell? Yeah. Aurora going crazy mode.
Let's get it going here. They have topped the leaderboards, and they have done it in just phenomenal fashion. Let's go, Aurora. So Aurora on top of the group stage. We'll see where they end up on the finals, and they are looking so solid coming into this tournament, man. They are locked in. Looking on down, hey, Bigatron moving all the way up to 8th place with 81 points. This entire first page, don't gotta worry, as we go to the second one, and we're gonna see Ulf right there at the cutoff, 65 points. 4-point difference between them and D plus Kia. Can D plus hold on?
I like too many of these teams. I don't know who I want to qualify. So I don't know. But you know what? Looking at this, I think D plus are good. I think D plus will survive it.
It's looking good. It's looking good.
You would need 4 teams to overtake you in the likes of Influence Rage, Al Ula, Ulf, Regnum Kara, or other teams on the third page. I think D plus are safe, which is great for Nullbull. But if the stars align, if the points go in the right area and the top teams go out early and all the points are concentrated in the middle of the rankings, that could be enough to topple the giants of D plus. Literally no idea what's going to happen, but I would say it's 50-50 now if D plus make it or not in PMMI.
Oh, man, yeah, it's going to be so close. I mean, because 5 points from 3 teams is not unlikely, right? But if we have the same thing that happened last game where all those teams in the mid-pack go out early, then yeah, I mean, they're gonna lock themselves in. Now, if the opposite happens here, like we saw in the game before this last one, things can get super dangerous, right? Looking on down, you got Weibo, 61 points. That's not, they're not that far away from the cutoff. That's only 4 points there, so... that's where I'm going to put the cutoff, right? I think Weibo, Enigma Galaxy can all make it happen, but they're going to have to do a good game in the last one, and the last game is going to be chaos. So it's going to be 300% harder.
Yeah, hell is going to be unleashed on the battlegrounds here. Looking at our top fraggers, hasn't moved since last game, right? It's still going to be Hoxie and Schweppes, the new additions here on this graphic, but then it's still going to be contesting the likes of HamCG and Tian, though 1 eliminations. That is all that we need for Schweppes to become the top eliminator of the entire group stage, unless Hoxie pulls like an insane banging performance, which the way they're playing, that could happen. Hoxie's had some really good games every once in a while, but what do you think here, Hodgix? Is Schweppes going to make it happen, or is HamCG going to reign here as the top eliminator of this group stage?
He only needs 2. You know what I'm saying? They're at the top. They're comfortable. I think Schweppes does it. I think he does.
I think he's going to go big fight mode, just fully engage any team that they see around them. I think that's going to be the main game plan. But Aurora having now 2 members on the top 4 damage dealers of the group stage, and he's going to be joined here top by Rufus, the homie himself. Not possible to catch up to the QZZ, I would say. It's still very unlikely, but still good to see that Aurora now truly living up to their name and aura farming in the MACAO Invitational. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how you do it right there, man. What a crazy turn of events. You know, Aurora rocket launching themselves to the top right there at the last second. And Top himself, right, doing phenomenal this day here. So what a way to end things here for the group stage with 1 match left. it's going to be one heck of a ride.
Oh,
That's for sure.
Wait, actually, I'm just thinking we could have Nolbul be on the top 4 damage dealers and they don't qualify, which, that would suck because Nolbul's done so good. Come on, D+. You need to make it in the top 15.
Hold on. And you guys are going to have to hold on as well as we got to get ready for the last match. Don't go anywhere.